Well, right now, we are going to be a part of the President's educational tour. And on that tour, you have people like Reverend Al Sharpton, Newt Gingrich, Ernie Duncan, Secretary of Education, Judge Hatchett, and several other people. This particular event for our area, Macon County, Tuskegee, is being sponsored by Mr. Greg Calhoun of Calhoun Enterprises and Mr. Milton McGregor, owner of Victory Land. The tour is basically set for the schools and the community to kind of get an opportunity to see what's going on as far as education in our local communities, since it's gotten to be such a big gap between the different groups. So now they're trying to find out what they can actually do to go back and make it work for all of the people that are involved. There are many schools that are doing well, and some of this can be shared and passed along to smaller schools like ourselves here. Booker T. Washington right now, we are rising to meet the challenge. And for this to come here and give us pretty much national attention for some of the good things that we're doing is just really what we need to propel us. And hopefully by our entire student body seeing men of this caliber, it will hopefully promote some of those who may not have had an idea about what direction in life that they were going to take, will now give them a direction. And even those that are in really a little area of trouble right now in their lives, maybe seeing these people will inspire them to make some changes. So we hope that today, with the student body, it will actually give us a boost, and that AYP that the state of Alabama requires will be just a dream for us from now on.
Let me ask you.
It's really something you can't put into words. It's a feeling that you don't ever want to lose. It's kind of like, you know, when I shook their hands today, I was thinking, gosh, I can never wash my hands again. But then realizing that we had the swine flu going around, I knew I would have to practice cleanliness. But to get people in like this, it is something that I can even talk about with my grandchildren, and that these kids can talk about with their children maybe one day, or with their parents once they go home this evening and see these men on television thousands of miles away and say, you know, I actually saw that guy in my gym at Booker Washington High School on such and such a date, such and such a year, and it inspired me to do some things. So it's a feeling and a activity that we probably would never be able to duplicate unless we actually get President Obama himself down here. The first thing maybe I could think of was, why this guy funning me? Why is he messing with me? Why is he trying to make me feel overly joyed about something that's not going to take place? But then as the conversation went on, I began to just kind of float. And with him saying the community had been great to him and that he wanted to give something back, and that this is where it all started, back during the time when Booker T. Washington got education going in Macon County. Blacks were still pretty much in slavery or living on plantations, sharecropping and doing different things, never expected to use their intellect for anything more than labor. But Booker T showed them that a man can also be academically sound as well as vocationally sound. And in reading this book, Up From Slavery, and saw where he made everybody take a trade, irregardless to what field they were in, when they attended Tuskegee, made me kind of upset due to the fact that I went there in 77 for graduate school, from 76 to 77, and I ain't had an option to take a trade. And I really wish that I would have been forced to take a trade so that I would be even more skilled than I am now. But Mr. Calhoun really pushed this, and he really wanted this thing to come through here. There were many, many, many places in the state of Alabama that were trying to get it to go there, and some were even willing to pay for it. We knew we couldn't pay for it. We're definitely in proration. So to get it here, it was a godsend. And when I was talking along with Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton's executive assistants, the Calhoun Enterprise Company, a statement came to mind that my grandmother used to say when we got around big folks. She would say, boy, we in tall cotton today. And I just told them I felt like I was in some sure enough tall cotton.
All right,
dealing with these people.
Let me say
and in closing, I'd just like to say that there were many people that did not want me to bring the entire school. Some people were suggesting I pick the cream of the crop, but deep down inside, I could not have men of that caliber on this campus and have my students locked away from them. I've asked all of them to be great, but every student we have in the school, from the top student to the bottom student to the ace to the well-behaved, misbehaved, are going to go in this gym and take part of this because this is their house, as I call it. And there's no use in bringing someone to their house and we are ashamed of them and hide them. If anything goes on, I just turn to the podium guests and say, forgive us, but we are a work in progress.